Well, I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see.
It looks something like this.
So I was expecting someone else.
Your life isn't over, it's just changed.
I feel like I'm losing everybody.
You're not supposed to be here. Oh, you disappoint me, boy.
I didn't join this show to get a new girlfriend, Daisy.
You don't talk to her that way, gringo.
He's making off with our deodorant.
You sure do ask a lot of questions for a supporting character.
The second weekend was the dance, so we had to have a whole bunch of extras. And extras are a pain to get normally. These extras had to be taught how to swing dance.
Because the scene in the 1940s dance sequence is so crucial, we really wanted to nail that in every aspect of the production, but also the dancing, because we wanted to be swing, you know? So Anton Widener and Megan Geyer were our dance choreographers. Anton taught them how to dance, and it was a ton of fun.
So we had wanted to shoot in a hall in a park. We couldn't get that hall, so we were kind of scrambling around to find something. Professor Scoggins was just like, have you checked VFW? They let us come in, and like they were super nice, and they actually gave us the hall for free.
It gave us a chance just to get away from the compact shooting location of the house and just like spread out, do something completely different. And so that was, I think, in many ways, it was the really fun day, because it was so different, and it was definitely the most ambitious in terms of set decoration and making it look right.
The dance hall, I just put up a lot of America, like everywhere, all over the place. Luckily it was close to the 4th of July, so all the stores had stuff for me anyway. And then it was just determining what they actually had in the 40s, what looked like the period. So using ribbons that were plastic, I couldn't do that rather than fabric, and put American flags everywhere, and also use that to cover up technology. So I had these little tiny flags that I put over like speakers in all of the corners, and then we had this giant one that covered a flat screen that was in the corner.
Josie and her husband are dancing around in a circle, and as they dance around, the camera goes around them as well. So that was a case of where set deck and all of that was on point, because we went in a full 360 around him and we saw the whole room, all the lights, everything. You looked around and it was like, it feels like I'm in like a 1940s like officers club, and just going around seeing all the lights, all the drinks on the tables, all the guys with their uniforms on. Like I knew all of them, but like with their uniforms on, and like some of them gotten like haircuts and like shaved a certain way to fit the style, and it was so cool just walking into that room and then being able to go with the camera, not having to worry about like seeing that one corner where everything's packed into it, because there was no corner like that. It was all set deck to match the scene. And so just being able to go around with like Michael, watching the monitor, just following the actors, seeing the whole scene stylized to fit the moment was really cool.
The title of this film originally was Black Slippers, and that actually was taken from a line in a poem on my grandmother's fridge that it was like a comedic poem, and I would read it every time I went to visit her. But really, the reason for the change is over the course of development, as we did rewrite after rewrite, the dance sequence started to take on more significance in the story, and so we realized, okay, that's the point, that's the significant point of the story, that's the climax, that's the realization moment for Josie. We had figured out that the way we wanted to bring her into the flashback was the music. So we picked a song. It's called "The Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square." It was very popular during World War II, the latter part of World War II. We had the great fortune of having Shelby Turner come on set and sing for us.
My name is Viva Valdez. I am an actress, and this is why I create. Yeah, I think at some point, every artist in their life struggles with comparison. That's kind of something that I think is inevitable for us in our work. I think as myself, I'm very comparison-minded. There's like times where I really just kind of want to like shut down and quit. I think it makes me question whether or not I'm good enough to pursue this. And I've never ever considered myself an artist or a creator. And I think a lot of times I just don't think I'm worthy of that title almost. But really the past year I've really come to like own that side of myself that says I'm an actress and therefore I'm an artist, therefore I'm a creator. And what keeps us coming back to wanting to be artists, to wanting to create and to perform is the fact that we love it. And I think if we didn't love it, we wouldn't push forward and not keep going. If you love what you're doing and you are passionate about it and it is the only thing that lights you up, then there has to be a reason that you're doing it. And that's something that really helps me, is remembering that when I am on stage or in a film, when I'm in like my acting mode, I forget everything else that's going on in the world. I'm just there. And it's probably one of the most peaceful spots in my life. So as an actor, as an artist, if you feel that with your craft, you have a need and a love and a passion for it to keep going. So I think it's really up to us to decide, do we really love this and do we really want to keep striving for it and keep fighting for it? My name is Viva Valdez, and this is why I create.
I want to welcome you to John Paul the Great, Catholic University's winter performance of A Midsummers Nights Dream. It's the third production of our season, and we are live streaming to all corners of the planet. We already have people that are letting us know that they're watching us from Mexico, from the East Coast, so it's very exciting that you're here watching it live. So I wanted to go ahead and remind you of a few things. Number one, cell phones, anything that makes noise. Small children will make the exception, but if you have a phone or anything that makes a buzz or noise, please turn them off at this time. If you would like to take photos, that's all right, but we ask that it not have a flash, and also make sure that you're not obstructing someone else's view or interrupting their experience in the theater space. And we do have a 15-minute intermission, and there are concessions that are sold out in the lobby, so we invite you to indulge in our concessions and support our program that way. And if you love tonight's performance, well, golly, why don't you just come on over to the Center for the Arts on Thursday, where we will be performing on the big stage at 7 o'clock on Thursday as well. If you have any questions about our acting program or about our upcoming production in the summer quarter, which is going to be Shrek the Musical, please ask me at intermission or any of our other crew or cast members, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. But so excited already. I love it. So everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy A Midsummers Nights Dream.
Our nuptial hour grows on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philistra, stir up the Athenian youth to merriment. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals, for the pale companion is not far upon.
And so I leave to do your will, my lord.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love by causing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, with revelry.
Happy Theseus, our renowned Jew!
Good Aegea, what's the news with you?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man has bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy. With bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, and messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, and my gracious due, be it so she will not hear before your grace, consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman, or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your mother should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but a form in wax, by her imprinted and within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother looked, but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know your youth, examine well your blood. Whether you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to live in shady cloister mute, a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed are those that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord. Ere I will my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take you pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond and fellowship. On that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's will, or to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my most certain right.
You have her mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. She loves not you.
Scornful Lysander! True, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, madam, as well derived as he. As well possessed, my love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. Demetrius and Aegea, come along. I have some private schooling for you both. As for you, fair Hermia, arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegea, I must employ you against some business for our nuptials, and employ you in something that nearly concerns yourselves.
Duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is thy cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever hear. could ever read by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood.
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged, too young.
Or it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eyes?
Or if they were sympathy and choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege on it, making it momentary as a shadow, swift as a dream, short as the lightning in the colleague night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and before a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, right things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, and wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy mother's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league out the town where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do an observance of a morn of May, there will I wait for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, by all the vows that ever men have broke in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable to lark than shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Oh, were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Would that your frowns would teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Would that your prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to your minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time which lovers' flights do still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger company. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight, from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. For as he errs doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, fooling no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind, nor hath love's mind any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheeding haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, for in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down, oh, say he was only mine. And when this hail of some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then tomorrow night to the wood will he pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Them generally one by one according to the script.
Well, here is the scroll of everyone's name who has thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
It's first, good Quince, say what the play treats on, then call forth the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ah, very good piece of work, I assure you, and Mary. Now, good Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Friends, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I'm for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Ah, what is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or parts to Terracatid. To make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar, and make in mar the foolish fates. Ah, this was lofty. To the rest of the players, this was Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condolent.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask and speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe! Ah, pitiless lover dear! My Thisbe dear and lady dear!
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor. Here, Queen! Robin Starveling, you Thisbe's mother. Tabitha Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray be, give it me.
for I'm slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion, too. I'll roar that I'll do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again!
And you shall do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies, they would shriek, and that would be enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's child. I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you into any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one sees on a summer's day, a most gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange and tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown-colored beard. Your perfect yellow!
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you would play barefaced. But friends, here are your parts, and I am to request you, entreat of you, and desire of you to call them by tomorrow night, and meet me within the palace woods, a mile within the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet within the city, we will be dogged with company and our devices known. Friends, I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, adieu!
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough, hold or cut bowstrings.
How now, spirits? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire.
We can wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and we serve the fairy queen to dew her orbs upon the green. A cowslip's tail her pensioners be, in her gold spots you see. Those be rupees, fairy favors, and her speckled spots live their savors.
We must go seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, you love of fairies will be gone. Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the fairy queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from the Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. Now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlit sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either we mistake your shape and making quite, or you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife turn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barn, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Ah, thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I just will run and make him smile, when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neigh in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her lips, I bob, and on her withered dewlap,
The least you tell of mischief thou hast brewed, as those fall victim to your acts of mirth. And as these hapless prey confounded be, their brains swirl like the tempest on the sea.
The wisest ant, telling the saddest tale, sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slam her bow down, topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. The whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But root fairies, here comes Oberon!
And here our mistress would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairy
Hence, I've forsworn his bed and his company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. For I know when one has stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corinne sat all day playing on pipes of corn, versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steppe of India? What that, forsooth, your bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you've come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus, for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Periginia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Ego break his faith with Ariadne, with Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. Never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or rushy brook, or by the beached margent of the sea, to dance ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore, the wind, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every pelting river made so proud, they've overborne their continents. The ox hath stretched its yoke in vain, the green corn hath rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, the crows are fatted with Murrian flock, the quaint mazes, the Nyman's moors is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes of the wanton green, for lack of tread, are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is without hymn nor carol blessed. Therefore, the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes up all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts far in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, in odorous chaplets of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set the spring, the summer, the child in autumn, angry winter, change the wanton liveries and mazed world. By their increase now knows which is which. The same progeny of evils comes from our dissension, from our debate. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air full often by night hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. And when we'd laugh to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, for she with pretty and swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would sail upon the land and imitate to fetch me trifles and back again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But her being mortal of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy. And for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance with us and watch our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither! Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and saw a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil with her song, and the stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I
remember. The very time I saw it, thou couldst not, flying between heaven and earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown in by the west,
and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as though it should pierce 100,000 hearts. Yet I might see Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden's meditation fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that herb, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make any man or woman madly dote on the next living creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and wilt thou meet me again before the Leviathan can swim a league?
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll to my queen while she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next living thing that she espies, be it on bull or bear or wolf, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And dare I take this charm from off her sight, as I can do so with another herb, I'll make her render up her page unto me. But lo, who comes here? I am invisible and will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou told me there was stone under this wood, and here I am, and woed within this wood, because I could not find my fair Hermia. Therefore get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave your power to draw, and I will have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, in the plainest truth, do I not tell you I do not, nor cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, the more I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse place can I beg in your love? And yet, a place of high respect with me, and to be used as you use your dog.
Do not tempt the hatred of my spirit. I am sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do tempt yourself too much. To leave the city and commit yourself in the hands of one that loves you not? To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity?
Your virtue is my privilege. Therefore, there's not night when I do see your face, nor doth this wood lack the world's company for you, and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from you, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beast.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run while you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds a chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mile hind makes speed to catch the tiger bootless speed. When Paris pursues and valor flies.
I'll not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or, if thou follow me, do not believe, but I will do thee mischief in the woods.
I, the temple, the town, and the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius. Your wrongdoings do set a scandal upon our sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We were made to be wooed and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand that I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere thou leave this grove, Thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Ah, welcome, messenger. Hast thou the flower there?
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a place where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers and dances in delight. There the snake throws her enamored skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effected with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than her upon her love. And look thou meet me. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crows!
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song, then to your offices and let me rest.
Snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Leaping spiders do no wrong. Hence you long-legged spinners hence. Fill a bell with melody. Sing in our sweet lullaby. Come, our lovely lady nigh. Lullaby. So good night with lullaby.
Hence, away, now all is well.
Alack, my love, you do me wrong, to cost me your discourtesy. What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or tack or bear, hard or boar with bristled hair. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I forgot our way. We'll rest us then, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms and a single oath, so then 2 bosoms and a single troth. Therefore by thy side no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much be sure my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and so end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I not, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Oh, this is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid. Oh, and here the maiden sleeping sound, dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie, nor just lack love, kill courtesy, turn. Upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone. For now I must to Oberon.
Stay that thou kill me, sweet Demetrius!
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou darkly leave me? Do not so.
Stay, stay. On thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser's my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she has blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, 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 no. I am as ugly as a bear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do fly as a monster from my presence thus. Oh, what wicked and dissembling glass am I? Maybe compare myself with Hermes Spirion. Oh, Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Strength fair and Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom I see thy heart. Oh, where is Demetrius? How fit a name is that vile word to perish on my sword?
Say not so, Lysander. Say not so. What? Though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia loves you, therefore be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier mate. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason, but reaching now the point of human skill, reason leads me to your eye, where I o'erlook love's richest stories written in love's richest books.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? And yet you should flout my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such a disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you, Lord, of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. And as to high heresies that men do leave, are hated most by them they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit, thou, my heresy, of all be hated, but most of me. And all my powers be addressed, their love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me! For pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander? Lord? What, out of hearing? Gone, no sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves. Oh, I swoon almost with fear. No? Well, then I'll perceive thee all not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here is a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal.
Dear Quince.
This green plot shall be our stage.
Dear Quince.
This hawthorn brake shall be our tiring house.
Dear Quince.
And we'll do it as in front of the Duke.
Dear Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bot?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw out a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Fire lake in a perilous field. I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it be 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I feared, I promise you.
Thou art afeard of all. Perhaps, though, the story may be told without the presence of a lion.
Friends, you ought to consider for yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore another prologue must be said that he not a lion be.
How am I to take on a lion, and yet tell that I am not a lion?
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he must speak through, saying thus or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies. I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
That may well be. But There are two hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine!
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then may only the casement in the chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or we must have someone to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine and say that he
or she
comes to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for, says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe did speak through the chink of the wall.
You can never bring in a wall.
Someone must present wall, and let him
or her
have some loam or some rough cast about to signify wall, and let him
or her
hold the fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper. If that may be, then all is well. Come, every mother's daughter
And son.
and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, when you have spoken your speech, enter into that break over there, and everyone according to your cue. See you.
What hemp and homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen? What a play tour. I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
All right, Pyramus, you begin. Thisbe, stand for.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious
Odors.
Odors, savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark! Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee
appear. Stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
Must I speak now?
Must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise he has heard, and then is to come again. I shall make the noise that startles the lover's tryst.
But not so startling as to rattle the nerves of the guest in attendance.
Fear you not. Commence, sweet Thisbe.
When shall a line appear?
By and by.
And from which side shall the piece enter?
We have yet to touch upon that part.
I needs must know so I can best prepare a roar extempore.
In being extempore, there's little need to prepare. I beg you. Hold thy peace. Many pardons. And so, again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisk juvenile and neck most lovely too, as truest horse that yet would never tire. I meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's turn.
Ninny's too! Man! You must not speak that yet. That, you answer to Pyramus, you speak all your parts at once. Cues and all, Pyramus, you enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, Thisbe, I were only thine.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse on. Sometimes a hound. Aha! A headless bear. Sometimes a fire. And neigh. And bark. And grunt. And roar. And burn. Like a horse.
Why do they run away? This is knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Mom, watching! What do I see already?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own. Do you? I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To frighten me if they could, but I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, that they shall hear I am not afraid. The ousel-cock so black of hue with orange tawny pale, the throstle with its nod so true, and the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flower bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark whose plain song cuckoo grey, whose not many a man doth mark, yet dares not answer nay. For, indeed, who would give his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give his bird a lie?
I pray thee, gentle mortal. Sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. My fair virtue force doth move me, on first view, to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbor does not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon the occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I had enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood, do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee. They shall fetch thee jewels from the deep and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness. So like an airy spirit go. I summon my fairies all around. Appear my sprites, thy fairy voices sound.
Peas Blossom stands alert to do your will, and Cobweb sings a song, gentle or shrill. With tender step doth mock a rundle hum, and mustard seed shall gambol to the drum. A madrigal so precious and so sweet that hearts will leap into a giddy beat. A song of spring will Cobweb con,
as our fair queen's beloved we wait upon, to fill the air with harmony's delight,
and frolic in the glow of heaven's night. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him apricots and dewberries with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them in the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to rise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan from my lover's sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies. Hail to thee, mortal! Hail to thee, mortal! Hail to thee, mortal! Hail to thee, mortal! All hail to thee, mortal!
I cry your worship's mercy. Heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
My name is Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Mr. Scotland.
If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you.
Oh. Your name, honest creature.
I'm called Peas Blossom.
Oh, good Mistress Peas Blossom. I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peas God, your father. Oh, I should desire you of more acquaintance too, good Mistress Peas Blossom. Your name, I beseech you.
They call me Mustard Seed.
Good, Mistress Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef has devoured many a gentlewoman of your house. I pray you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Mistress Mustard Seed.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye. And when she weeps, weeps every pelting flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue. Bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake yet, and what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. How now, mad spirits, what night rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love.
Pray do tell.
Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. Oh, cruel factors, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. And as this knoll I fixed on his head, anon his thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes when him they spy, as geese that the creeping fowler eye, or rustic patachas, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong, for briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some fats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyrrhus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway left an ass.
Oh, this falls out better than I could have devised. Yet, hast thou latched the Athenian's eyes as I bid thee do?
That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked of force, she must be eyed.
Oh, stand aside, this is the same woman.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Him that loves you so, lay thy bitter breath on such bitter foe.
Thou I would chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. And you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I would rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once, tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him, being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm and an adder do so much? An adder did it, for a doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You waste your passion on a misprized mood. I'm not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, not that I can tell.
Pray thee, tell me then that he is well?
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Well, there is no chasing her in this fierce vein. Therefore here, for a while I remain.
What hast thou done? Thou mistakest quite, and laid the true love truce on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned and not a false turn true.
Then fate overrules. One man holding truth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens wilt thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here, and I'll charm his eye against she do appear.
I go, look how I go. Swifted an arrow from Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in the apple of his eye. When your love you doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our favor, how will those hear it end? And the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then the two at once will one. This must be needs for sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think I woo in scorn? Scorn and derision were never born in tears. Look, when I vow I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. Why should you see these things as scorn in me, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy frame, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, perfect, nymph, divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eye? Crystals muddy, oh how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow. That pure congealed white eye tar snow fed with the eastern wind turns to a crow. When thou holdst out thy hand, oh let me kiss this princess of pure white, the seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and to praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with all your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia. Now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here with all my heart, with all goodwill, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love. and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but his guest-wise sojourn. Now to Helen it is home returned. There it remains.
Helen is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou buy it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy bier.
Dark night! That from the eye his function takes, the ear one quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I think, it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide fair Helena, who more gilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee known? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one in this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hate before the time for parting us? Oh, is it all forgot? All childhood innocent school-days friendship. We Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one cushion, sitting and warbling of one song, as if our hands, sides, voices, and minds had been corporate. So we grow together, like a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union and partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, due but to one and crowned with own crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly, our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not, it seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affections? But by your setting on, by your consent, what? Thought I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But very well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
No, stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my life, my love, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent! Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she can entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love you, by my life I do. I swear by that which I would lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I can love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come!
Lysander, where do you tend all this?
Away, you Ethiop.
No, let's seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but come not. You're a tame man, go!
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing, let loose, or will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love, out, tawny Tartar, out, loathed medicine-hated potion, hence!
Do not jest!
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I'll not have your word, for I perceive it is a weak bond that holds you. I'll not trust you.
What? Should I hit her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was ere while. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me, oh the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say?
I by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt, be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! Why have you cut my knight? You stole my love's heart from him!
Oh, fine a face! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit! You puppet, you puppet!
Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eye!
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not strike me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewdness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not hurt me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower, hark, again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. Evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that and love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. So you will let me quiet go. Back to Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Fear not, Helena, she shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little? Why will you suffer her to love me thus? Let me come to her.
No.
Get thee gone, you dwarf! You minimus, hindering not grass maid! You bead! You acorn!
You are too vicious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone, speak not of Helena. Take not her part, never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now try. Follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by Joel.
You mistress! All this toil is long of you, nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Either thou mistakest quite, or thou commits thy knaveries willfully.
Ah, believe me, King of Shadows. I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I'm glad it did so short, for their jangling I esteem as sport.
Thou seest these lovers look for a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin come thou anon, with drooping fog, as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one comes not within another's way. Sometime like Lysander frame thy tongue and stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. Sometime then rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er the brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error of his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When next they wake, all of this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Then back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose gate till death shall never end. Wise in this affair do thee employ. I will to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Then her charmed eye will I release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
But, my fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For nights with dragons kept the clouds fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damn spirits all, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest day should look their shames upon. They willfully exile themselves from light and must for I consort with black-browed night.
Ah, but we are fairies of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even to the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I'm feared in field and town. Goblin will lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, draw and ready.
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thou head?
Thou coward, thou bravest to the stars, till in the bushes thou lookest for wars and wilt not come. Come, coward, come, recreant, I'll whip thee with a rod.
Yea, art thou there?
Come hither, I am here.
He goes before me and dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. Though faster I did follow, faster he did fly, and now fallen am I in dark and uneven way. Here will rest me. Come thou day, and if thou but once show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius, and I'll avenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting in every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Follow my voice, I'm here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever thy face by daylight see.
Now go thy way, faintness constraineth me. To measure out my length on this cold bed, thy day's approach look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hour. Shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet, what three? Come one more, two of both kinds make up four. Ah, there she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Oh, bedabbled with dew and torn with briars. I shall no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleeping sound, I fly to thy eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, let love forbid. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb shall we know, every man shall have his own, and thou waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well again.
The experience in the musical has been really incredible.
This is one of the first times that we've gotten to see people flourish in this sort of new realm.
A lot of the people in the cast aren't strictly acting majors. I was blown away by their dedication and their commitment and their professionalism that they brought to the project.
It's like a family relationship, so sometimes there's those like arguments and stuff because we'll be together for like 6 hours at a time, but then like we'll come together at the end of the day and we'll just like hug it out and be ready for the next day.
It's been hard. We work roughly 16 hours a week on rehearsals. It's like 3 classes rolled up into one, but I think it's all worth it.
It's been really exciting to transition from the soundstage to the Center for the Arts. We get to be out on like a really big stage and like professional stage.
It's been stressful and it's been joyful. It's been heartbreaking and exciting.
There's something like great and energetic and raw about that experience, and especially doing it with your friends and your other classmates, it's just a phenomenal experience.
Hey guys, what's up? My face is probably really red because all the blood went to my face, but we're here today to be cooking some food that's going to get you through the week.
Cooking is good.
It's fun.
It's more fun than you think it is.
Yeah.
It's easier than you think it is. It's cheaper than you think it is.
Yeah, so today we're going to be making some tater tot casserole, and what we're going to need for that is we're going to need some ground beef, we're going to need some mozzarella cheese, we're going to need some Worcestershire sauce, green beans, mushroom soup, what else?
Onions, garlic.
Onions, garlic. I think that's it.
Preheat the oven to 375.
Dice up some garlic and some onion here, yellow onion. All right, so you just make these little lines. Don't cut all the way down. If you cut too far down, that starts happening. And that's not the worst thing in the world, you know, that can happen. But you come down, you got these little checker marks in here. Always, quick tip, never cut towards yourself. It's very dangerous, so don't do what I'm doing. And once you got that, you just kind of go. And then look at that. Diced onion in an instant. Look at that. I was going to throw this away, but then Pope Francis would be upset. So I'm just going to put this in a bag where I'm going to totally use it again.
So the next step is going to be a real fun little thing where we put all this stuff, the garlic and the onions, in a pan and fry them up a little bit. Woo! This is called a frying pan. This is olive oil. Doesn't really matter, don't put too much. About that. Like more is better because then it's all crispy. Oh, sizzling. That's gonna be your onions right there.
You see people doing all those crazy, like, you know, food flips. So pretty much what you're doing is you just push it forward and then your food just comes back. Oh.
That's way too much garlic. Garlic's really strong. I like garlic, so I'm gonna put a little extra, but about that. So one side of that is done. The other side is not quite where you want it, but. Oh shoot. You like that, Gordon? Shout out to Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
We should have him on the show sometime.
All of this is going to go in the oven again. So you don't need it, you want it to be cooked, but you don't need to, like, you know, it doesn't need to be black.
So just put one in there. Is this squirrel meat? So this is pretty much the step where everything else goes together.
Kind of keep the grease out of there.
Next step is to get this all into here. Oh shoot. We're stirring this up. They're tater tots, as you can see from the thing. I think that's probably a brand name.
Yeah, it's because I'm making sure it's all nice and even.
One for the road. All right, now we're gonna put some cheese on the top. Sprinkle that nice and good.
Actually, you might not want to do that because these are going to be open for 30 minutes.
Should I not have done that?
I mean, it's too late now.
So let's throw it in the oven. Oh, ooh. Ooh, very good. And then you're gonna throw that in there for
30 minutes. Look at this, we're done. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven.
This is our tater tot casserole.
Yep.
So yeah, if this is just you eating it, you can probably tell this is more than just one sit down.
Let's dish it up, dude. Woo! Want to get a spatula? Ooh, look at that.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh, look at that steam coming
Can
out
I
of
get
there.
some more tater tots in mine?
You absolutely cannot.
Love that.
thee down upon this flowery bed. Why, I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
I'm ready.
Oh, scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Ooh. Where's Mistress Mustard Seed?
Ready, good sir.
Oh, give me your leaf, Mistress Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing but to help Peas Blossom to scratch. Ooh. I must to the barber's, for methinks I'm marvelous hairy about the face, and I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch. Where's Cobweb?
I stand ready.
Oh, good Cobweb. Get you your weapons in hand, and kill me a red-hipped tumblebee on the top of a thistle, and bring me the honey bag. Fret not too much in the action, and take care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag.
What, would thou hear some music, my sweet, sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Ooh, truly a peck of provender. Oh, I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire for a bottle of hay. Good hay. Sweet hay hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy, one that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather a handful or two of dried peas. But, I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Fairies, be gone, and be always away. Sleep thou, and I shall wind thee in my arms. Oh, doth the woodbine, sweet honeysuckle, gentle in twist, the female ivy sow, in ringing the barky fingers of the elms. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, my good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her late behind the wood, seeking favors from this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. And when she, in mild terms, had begged my patience, I did ask of her changeling boy, for then his hairy head she had rounded with fresh and fragrant flowers, that same dew which sometimes on the bud was wont to shine like round and orient pearls, stood now within the flower's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. But now that I have the boy, I will release her charmed eye. Robin, take off the head from this Athenian swain, that he, waking when the others do, may back to Athens and repair, and thinking nothing more of this night's vexations but as that of a fierce dream. But first, I will release my queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. Seest thou wast wont to see. Diana's bud over Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, awake, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh! How came these things to pass? I do loathe his visage now.
Robin, take off the head from this swing. Come, Titania.
Now with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Come, Titania, music call and strike more dead than all these five, the common sense.
Music-ho, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly. Then shall all the couples be wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
My fair king attend and mark, for I do hear the morning lark.
Oh, now, my queen, silent sad, trip we after the night's shade. We the world can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
I've sent word out to the forester, for now our observation is to be performed. And since we have the veilward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds, uncoupled in the western valley do they go. We will, my queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once. In a wood of Crete they bayed a bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thracian bulls. Slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each to each a cry more tunable has never been hollow, nor cheered with horn. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Lysander is. This Demetrius. This Helena. Old Nadar's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing of our intent came here to grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegea, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer to her choice?
It is, my lord.
Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine has passed. Begin these woodbirds but a couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half awake, half asleep, though I cannot truly say how I came to be here. Though as I think, for truly I would speak, and so bethinks me now, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to leave Athens, and to without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helena told me of their coming to these woods, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helena in fancy following me, but my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power my love for Hermia did melt as the snow. It seems to me as the remembrance of some idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. In all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object of my pleasure, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed, there I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this taste, but as in health, come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discord we will hear more anon. But Aegea, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by with us, these lovers shall eternally be knit. The morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3 will hold a feast to grace our solemnity.
These things seem undistinguishable.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius, like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that though we sleep, we dream. Do you not think that the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my mother. And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus.
Hi ho, good wits! Flute the bells member, snap the tinker! Starveling? God's my life. Stolen hence and left me here? Asleep? I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There's no man can tell what. Methought I was... And methought I had... But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will have Quince write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream. Because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of a play, before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent for Bottoms? Is he come home yet? He cannot be heard of. I doubt he is transported.
If he comes not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but ye.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any artisan in Athens.
Yea, and the best one too. He is the very paramour of a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of God.
Dear friends, the Duke is coming from the temple. 2 or 3 lords more married. If our sport had come forward, we'd been made glad.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus has he lost 6 a day in his life. He could not escape 6 a day. And had the Duke not given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these friends? Where are these... Oh, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what for if I tell you I am no true Athenian. Oh, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will say is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Let everyone look o'er their part, for the short and the long is our play is preform. In any case, let Thisbe wear clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out as lion's claws. And, most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for ye are to utter sweet breath. And I have no doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
Lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy tales. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. Such tricks have strong imagination, that if it apprehends some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or at night, imagining some fear, how easily is a bush supposed to bear?
All the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together more witness it than fancy images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
True. Look, here come the lovers now, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy, and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
What mass? What dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's our usual manager of mirth? Is there no music, no play to ease the anguish of this torturing hour? Call for the straight!
Here, mighty Theseus.
Come. Say, what abridgment have you for this evening?
Ooh. A brief humming sport, all right? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by the Athenian eunuch to the harp. I told this to my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy Bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device. One last played when I from Thebes came a conqueror. The thrice 3 muses mourning the death of learning in its beguilement. That is some satire, keen and critical. Lover Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Well, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How may we come by the concord of this discourse?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I've known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. Which makes it tedious, for in all the play there's not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is. But Pyramus, there in death killed himself, which I must confess when I saw rehearsed, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears. The passion of loud laughter never shed.
Who are they that played?
Oh, hard-handed folks that work in Athens here, which never once labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled with their unbreathing memories against your nuptial.
And we shall hear it.
Oh, no, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have seen it over, and it is nothing. Nothing in the world unless you combine sport in their intents. Extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For nothing can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender. Go, bring them in, and take your places all.
I love not see wretchedness or charge and duty in her service perishing.
My sweet, you shall see no such thing.
But she says they can do nothing of this kind.
The kind of thee to give them thanks for nothing. For our sport shall be to take what poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes it in might, not merit.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let the prologue approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minded to contest you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here, that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall all know all that you are like to know.
This lady doth not stand upon points.
She hath read her prologue like a rough colt. She knows not the stop. A good moral, my lord, is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, she hath played her prologue like a child on the recorder, a sound but not in government.
Her speech was like a tangled chain, not in pairs, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at our show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This dame, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. This dame, with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For if you would know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Nina's tomb there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon come Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with blameful bloody blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, this stone just doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
I wonder if she desired lime and hair to speak better.
It is the wittiest partition I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Silence. Pyramus draws near the wall.
Oh, grim look at night. Oh, night with you so black. Oh, night, whichever art what day is not. Oh, night, oh, night. Alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's grand and mine. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet and lovely wall, show me thine chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well in this. Oh, but what see I? No Thisbe do I see.
sir, in truth she should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now! And I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see. It shall fall past as I told you. Oh, yonder she comes.
Oh, woe! For often hast thou heard my mouth, for parted life through Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with wine and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art! My love, I think!
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am my trusty still.
And I like how until the fates me kill.
Not Shapheless to Procris was so true.
As Shapheless to Procris, I to you!
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall, not your lips at all!
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me? 9 is 2. Meet me straight away.
Tide life, tide death, I come
And now have I, wall, my part discharged, so being done thus away, wall doth go.
And now the mural is down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willing to listen without warning.
The silliest of stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst and no worse if imagination then.
It must be our imagination that are not theirs.
If we imagine no less of them than they of themselves, they are excellent men. Alas, and the lion come now.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here. In wildest rage doth lion roar. And know that one snug the joiner am, no lions fell nor lions dam. As I come, lion in strife, into this place to wear pity on my life.
A gentle beast of good conscience.
The very best of the beasts, my lord, that I ever saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion. The fox carries the goose.
His discretion cannot carry his valor, for the goose cannot carry the fox. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
She should have worn the horns on her head.
She is no crescent. Her horns are hidden within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself the man in the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all. Should not the man be in the lanthorn? How else is he the man in the moon?
She dares not go there towards the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. What it would change.
It appears, by the moon's discretion, that it is in the wane, but by all discretion, we must leave it alone.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. Myself the man in the moon. This thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
All these things should be in the lanthorn, for all these things are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb!
Ninus tomb!
Ninus tomb! Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
And well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And so the lion vanished, And so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful doom is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood! Approach, ye furies fell! O fates, come! Come! Cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quail!
The death of a dear 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 friend goes near to make a man look sad.
Be true my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered, my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound. Out sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. Aye, that left pap where the heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Moon, take thy flight. Take flight. Now die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he was but one.
Not even an ace, man, for he's dead. Now he's nothing.
Quick, call a surgeon. He might yet recover and prove an ass.
Oh, how chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
She will find him by starlight. Look, here she comes now. Her passion ends the play.
I hope she should not have a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
Look, she hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love! What dead, my dove? Pyramus rots. Speak, quite dumb. Dead, a tomb must cover thy eye. These newly lips, this cherry nose, these yellow calcium cheeks are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore since you have sore with tears. Its thread of silk. Tongue,
Farewell, friend. Thus is the end. Adieu. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I am wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Would it please you to see the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. When the players are all dead, there is none left to be blamed. Leave your epilogue alone. Yes. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we may outsleep the coming morn. And since we have overwatched this palpable gross play, it hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Dear friends, to bed. A fortnight we hold this solemnity for nightly revels and new jollity.
Now, the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, while the heavy plowman snores. All with weary task foredone. Now, the wasted brands do glow, and the screech owl screeching loud puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now, it is the time of night, that the graves are gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite, and the church wave paths do glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple-headed sea, in the presence of the sun, follow darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hollow house, for I am sent before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through this house give gathering lights, by the dead in dreary fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar, and this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we shall dance and bless this place.
day. Through this house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will be, which by us shall blessed be. And these should there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three, ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand, neither mole, hair, lip, nor scar, nor mark
prodigious, such as our despising nativity shall upon their children be.
Consecrate every fairy, take his gate, and its several chamber glass, through this palace with sweet kings, and the order of its rest, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, trip away, trip away. Meet me all by break of day. Meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, I think that this and all is mended. Then you but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weekend night a theme no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend it, as I am honest, Puck. If we have unearned like that escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore